Alright, I wasn't planning on making a video today. I thought I was going to get the day off before we got into Game 6, which is going to happen tomorrow. And I didn't make a video on the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup. This is not what this video is about by the title. But this video, this video will be about the Lakers owners, Jeanie Buss and the Buss family, selling the team to the Dodgers owners. Now, I want to pull this up real quick because I do have some thoughts on this, and I want to get into them. But I'm just going to basically break down what this means. So let me just read it to you. The Buss family has entered an agreement to sell majority ownership of the LA Lakers to Mark Walter, who owns the Dodgers. That's how the Dodgers are owned. Jeanie Buss will continue to serve in her role as governor after the sale. Now, that is all we know right now. This tweet just came out like a few minutes ago. And I just saw it immediately, like, oh shit, I gotta make a video. But I just want to give my thoughts on the situation because I think there's gonna be a lot of things that change with the Lakers as a result of this move. Not in terms of financial power. The Lakers will always have financial power regardless. But unless you have Dan Snyder as your owner, that's a whole other situation. But I do think the Lakers are going to become once Buss is gone as governor, right? Because I think Walter and Buss are going to have a lot of fighting behind the scenes about how to run the franchise effectively. And ultimately, I do think Jeanie Buss in particular, will get fired as governor or will get replaced. And Walter will take over and then get all the right people in place. Excuse me. I don't want to say guys. I know there's definitely some great women out there in front offices and coaching roles. I don't want to try to mess that up. But ultimately, this was obviously made to make more money, probably. Actually, we don't really know the reason, but I'm going to assume, which I don't like doing, but I'm just going to assume that this is just to increase the firepower the Lakers have. Or the Buss family just couldn't afford the Lakers anymore. Who knows? But the Lakers fans should be excited. And I'm not saying that because of everything the Lakers have gone through. Right, under specifically Jeanie Buss's ownership. Right, I'm not talking about the Phil Jackson stuff. I'm not talking like anything outside of how the team is ran. That's what I'm going to be referring to throughout this entire video. So, the reason why I think this is going to be a great thing for Lakers fans in the long term, and you should be excited about this, is because if there's things in the Lakers organization that I'm not aware of, or anyone else is aware of other than inside the organization that need to be improved upon, and need to be improved upon. Let me use the Dodgers for example, because they're both in the same city, right? After Mark Walter took over the Dodgers, right? He basically revamped the front office, revamped everything to make sure the Dodgers were the best of everything in the league. Best scouting staff, best contract people, best fucking front office. They basically raised the level of what the Dodgers could be. Because before that, the Dodgers really were just a fucking clown show, just like the Lakers, right? Yes, they were good, but their previous owners, I forget their two names, they were just absolutely fucking horrible, right? And with this ownership coming in and proven that they can do, X, Y, and Z to make this a better franchise as a whole, not just on the surface of like, oh, we have Luka because fucking Adam Silver added the number one pick to the deal, or oh, we have LeBron, right? It has nothing to do with that. It's just finding talent, creating a more sustainable way of winning, and making the franchise better in the long term as a result, right? And I do think once Jeanie Buss is exiled out of the organization, which I don't know when that's going to be, I'm going to assume it's going to take a few years before she gets kicked out of her governor role and Walter takes over and basically revamps the entire team. Ultimately, I do believe that the Lakers will be a way more successful team, and they're going to be a team pretty much near the finals every year, right? I know that's wild to say, but excuse me. At the end of the day, with this organization, right, the Lakers are not a top organization, right? Right now, you would make the argument OKC is, right? And Boston. I'll give Boston that too because even though They just lost Tatum to injury. Over time, their organization has been the most successful fundamentally, right? And so I'm making this is all projection based, by the way. Walter could just be a complete not jackass, complete idiot with the Lakers somehow, even though he's done well with the Dodgers, Sparks to an extent. He does have he owns Chelsea too. Like Mark Walter knows his shit, right? And so ultimately, at the end of the day, this will be very interesting to see how this all plays out. I think the Lakers will be better in the long run because they get someone who can really get the organization on up and going. If that makes sense, just like get it into a better place than they were before. And that's gonna. And as a Warriors fan, I know you can kill me. Oh my God, Real Madrid just fucking. Oh my God, Real Madrid is just gonna draw with Al Hilal. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. All right. Anyway, ignore that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is gonna make the Lakers a better organization. And honestly, man, like, come on, man. Like, why the fuck do the Lakers have to be a better organization, man? I love them being a fucking clown circus, especially in the 2010s when you had D'Angelo Russell fucking making worldwide news for recording what Nick Young had to say, bro. Which I need to look more into that. But honestly, the fucking fact that you see that shit, especially in a male sports manosphere, that's actually pretty funny as shit. But yeah. I definitely think there's gonna be a lot more financial power in play. I definitely think there's gonna be a lot of organizational restructuring we're gonna see with the Lakers over the course of the next few years. I don't know if Rob Pelinka's still gonna be there. I think JJ Redick will probably be there because I think he is that good of a coach. And ultimately, man, we're just gonna see what happens. Lakers fans, you probably should be excited because Jeanie Buss is probably gonna be gone in a few years, and you're gonna have a way better ran organization as a result. I don't need to mention 2019. That's probably a nightmare for you guys, so I do apologize. But yeah, oh my God, I'm sorry if I'm pausing this video way too much. Real Madrid just tied with Al Hilal if they don't blow the last few seconds, but yeah. Lakers fans, you should be celebrating in the streets. Not in the streets. Nope. Forget what I just said. Do not do that. I think the LA protests are still going on. Yep. Oh no, they lifted curfew, but just be safe in LA. If you're in LA, don't try to go out to LA unless you're still protesting, which is great. Regardless, I don't talk politics on here. I talk about it on my TikTok, but just be if you are gonna celebrate and you're outside of LA, go on the streets to celebrate. If you're in LA, just celebrate in your house. All right. Anyway, yeah. See ya.